Once upon a time in the land of Canaan there lived a man named Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons, but there was one son he loved more than the others, his youngest son, Joseph. Now, Joseph wasn't just any son. He was special to Jacob, and Jacob showed his love in a very unique way. Jacob gave Joseph a beautiful coat, an amazing coat of many colors. It was like nothing anyone had ever seen before. It was a coat so bright and stunning that it made Joseph stand out, and his brothers couldn't help but notice. And not in a good way, you see. Joseph's brothers weren't happy. They felt jealous and angry because their father loved Joseph so much. They began to resent him. But Joseph didn't even realize how his brothers felt. He was just happy and loved his family. One day, Joseph had a dream. In this dream, he and his brothers were out in the field, binding sheaves of grain. Suddenly, his sheaf stood up, and the brothers' sheaves all bowed down to it. Joseph, in his excitement, shared this dream with his brothers. "Are you telling us that we will bow down to you?" they asked, their faces filled with anger. But Joseph didn't stop there. He had another dream, and in this one, the sun, the moon, and 11 stars were bowing down to him. When Joseph told his father about this second dream, even Jacob was surprised. "What do you mean, Joseph? Will your mother, your brothers, and I really bow down to you?" But Jacob kept the dream in his heart, wondering what it could mean. One day Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers who were far away, tending to the flocks. As Joseph approached, his brothers saw him coming from a distance. They were so angry that they came up with a plan. "Here comes that dreamer," they sneered. "Let's get rid of him once and for all." They decided to throw Joseph into a pit, planning to leave him there. But just before they could act, one of the brothers, Reuben, suggested they shouldn't harm him. So they threw Joseph into a deep pit, and as they sat down to eat, a caravan of traders came by. Seeing an opportunity, they decided to sell Joseph to the traders instead of leaving him to die. They took the money and watched the traders carry Joseph away to Egypt. To cover up their wicked deed, they dipped Joseph's colorful coat in goat's blood and showed it to their father, Jacob. "Is this your son's coat?" they asked. Jacob recognized it immediately and was heartbroken. "My son is dead," he cried. But Joseph wasn't dead. He was on his way to a new life in Egypt. In Egypt, Joseph was sold to a man named Potiphar, who worked for the king. Even though Joseph was far from home, he didn't give up. He worked hard and trusted God, and soon Potiphar noticed Joseph's wisdom and honesty. He put him in charge of everything he owned. Joseph's journey wasn't easy, but God was with him every step of the way, helping him rise above every challenge. Joseph's story reminds us that no matter how difficult life gets, God has a plan for us. Even when we face jealousy, hardship, or betrayal, God is always with us, guiding us towards something greater. And just like Joseph, we can trust that the journey, no matter how unexpected, is part of a bigger picture. So remember, no dream is too big, and no setback is too great for God to turn into something good. Keep believing just like Joseph did,